Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ritter Gaming where we're going to talk about money, but specifically we're going to talk about loot box money. Is that okay? Let's start with loot boxes and we got to start at what is loot. Basic 5 tiers. The grays, which were the first gear that you got, and then you got greens, which are now the common gear, and then you got special, which was blues, and then you got rares, which are purples, and then you got golden epic. So if you go back and you play some older games like Diablo, beating up monsters, getting the stuff that they dropped called loot, and it ended up being gear, and as you killed progressively harder monsters, you got progressively better gear. You got to fight progressively harder monsters, get progressively better gear until you fought the boss, and then ta-da! Oh, wait, no, you repeat it, you went on to another level, and then you beat the game. Once you beat the game, then you want to go from an axe-wielding barbarian to thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening, shooting mage with totally different gear. They hooked you. You came back, you're playing another game, except it's the same game, different character. Absolutely amazing way to continue playability in these games. So that's loot. Now games cost more and more. So let's be real. We expect a lot out of gaming studios. We expect a lot out of a AAA title. For $60, we consider that a full price game, complete everything. There was a huge push back in the day, and by back in the day I mean not that long ago. Man, I'm getting old. Like, old. Anyway, back on topic. We're talking about games started selling season passes and downloadable content with bigger and bigger bandwidth. Now you're paying a little bit more for a full price game. They kept taking a little bit more money. These games have online servers, they have continuing development, the devs are still getting paid. There's some give and take, and that's probably why we should do a whole different video on monetization. But loot boxes became a thing because it was another way to buy stuff in the in-game store. You want to have like a certain outfit on your character. Like, oh, the gear is cool, but it doesn't look great, so let's buy an outfit that makes me look different. I really like this one. Click, buy, that's it. I don't want another outfit. Well, maybe I want one for Christmas. Maybe I want to run around as Santa and hit some monsters over the head with a hammer. That's what I want to do for Christmas. That's very limited. I'm able to buy this specific item, then I'm done. So my continuing revenue stream isn't there. Well, loot boxes. I can buy a loot box, potentially get what I want, but not always. It's a continuing revenue stream. That's part of where it came from. That's a very simplistic way of where it came from. Some games have taken this from cosmetic only to pay to win. And these are the games that have really roiled the industry. I mean, players and fan bases just went absolutely out of their mind. Huge, huge backlash to Star Wars Battlefront 2. I mean, just enormous. And the entire industry got turned on its head because of this. There's now legislation and federal investigations. Government of Belgium went through and banned loot boxes and pay to win because it was predatory practice trying to get individuals to spend more money continuously through the game. And oh yeah, it's open to minors because they related it to gambling. Well, how is this gambling? It's a video game. So to get to gambling, we need to take a step back and understand how loot boxes work. You have 250 items that you could potentially wear on a character, give or take, right? That's just your traditional like jacket, shirt, hat, pants, shoes, whatever. So there's a ton of stuff that you could potentially get out of a loot box. So you just keep clicking buy. It's how you continuously buy. But that doesn't sound too bad. Well, loot boxes are very flashy. They have a lot of very over-the-top, oh my goodness, this is amazing to them. You know what? Let's just talk gambling. It's a slot machine. That's really what it is. You go through and you're playing a slot machine in a video game. If you look at the odds on a slot machine to get 777s or to get jackpot, which is what they advertise across the top, right? Oh, jackpot, $25,000, $2 million, whatever it is. That's the only thing that you see. That's the only advertisement that you see. And loot boxes are the same way. They put up the number one item as the biggest advertisement and it has the lowest chances of being won. In fact, most of the time, they don't even tell you what your chances of winning are, and it's intentional. Some countries have made it a point where they have to show the number or the percentage chance that you have to win this item. I think that's personally a good thing because it gives you a more realistic sense of what you're doing. Some games, really, you have cosmetics and then you have pay to win. And cosmetics, they don't affect gameplay. Pay to win, it affects gameplay. If you're playing with other people online, this is huge because you literally just purchased your way into being better than the other player. It has nothing to do with skill, it has nothing to do with fairness, and let's be honest, we want to have a game where people that have more money to spend aren't given an advantage. I mean, it's just because you have more money doesn't mean you should have an advantage in a video game. If you allow people that are able to pay to win, it incentivizes others to try and keep up with the Joneses to pay to win. And it might put some people in a bad situation. This is especially bad when you have children who are trying to beat other people. There's no firewall to it. There's no ability to really stop it with some of these games and some of the models. There's legislation out there to stop it. Some of the worst publishers, Activision with Call of Duty. They literally will match make you so that you see players that have all these cool weapon skins and character skins, and they will match make you repeatedly with them to try and get you to buy even the cosmetics just to increase your pay into the game. It's insane. Hold on. I just said Activision was the worst. No. Activision is not the worst. EA with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and with FIFA and with Madden, that is the worst company for loot boxes in a major publisher. It's strictly pay to win the entire way for the portions of the game that had it. And I'll take Madden as the example. So you have Madden and it has franchise, play now, practice, a story mode which nobody plays because it was given such little attention, and then Madden Ultimate Team. And literally everything from the time that you boot up the game pushes you towards Madden Ultimate Team to pay more money into Madden Ultimate Team, to get more packs in Madden Ultimate Team, to open up more player cards so that you spend more money trying to beat people that have the ultimate player. Like the player this year to have was Michael Vick. You could not beat anybody without Michael Vick because Michael Vick could literally throw on a dime no matter what he was doing and run like crazy. It was an unfair advantage and you had to pay. I take that back. You didn't have to pay, but you had a much greater chance to get Michael Vick if you paid than if you didn't. You just were able to get more packs and have a higher percentage chance of opening a pack with Michael Vick. It would be one thing if you could just avoid Madden Ultimate Team and just say, I'm going to play the rest of the game. But literally, you get pop-up notifications while you're playing other versions of the game. Your splash screen when you first come in is Madden Ultimate Team. Please play Madden Ultimate Team. Please spend money. The whole thing is a funnel for Madden Ultimate Team so they can make more profit. And the worst part is, they haven't really addressed gameplay in the past 4, 5, 6 years. The gameplay is just awful. You have all these cosmetic things on top. You have all this sparkles and fairy dust on top, and the gameplay is awful. I have it. I don't want to buy next year's. I love football. I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan, and I am so far done with this game. My wife has banned it from the house. Banned it because the gameplay is so awful. It is one of the worst scripted, managed, and run games I have ever seen in my life, and yet we still pay because they have an exclusive contract. Anyway, I will do another video on Madden and just stop ranting on it. But that is part of the point. The player packs and the loot boxes can drive a great game and a great franchise down into being one of the worst ones possible. So part of the reason where this came from was mobile games. So free to play games on your phone, on your tablet. You could play them, but then to really progress at a decent rate, you had to pay for crates or something like that, and you just kept moving. Well, great business model. They produced very successfully financially, and then they moved on from there, and consoles and PC really looked at this and were like, hey, we're missing out on a huge market. Let's do this. I really recommend, as parents, we have to be very careful with what we're doing with these games, what games we're recommending to our kids, and if we're going to let them play it, then we have to look at what they're doing. I personally absolutely love football. I really want Madden to be a great game. I cannot recommend it right now, especially for kids, because you just don't know how much money they could potentially spend, especially with how difficult it can be to lock down your credit card on that game. So we're thinking about doing another video with monetization overall. All right, if you have any more questions, please comment down below. Let us know. We'll try our best to answer them. We'll either answer it with a comment or we'll make another video. If you have suggestions for another video, let us know. Hit that like button, subscribe for new content every week, and we'll see you next time.